Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I have a fun Valentine's Day dessert or breakfast recipe for you. Today we're making crepes, and they sound fancy, but they are really easy to put together. And to make things even easier, I bet you have all of these ingredients already in your pantry and fridge. You don't need anything special to make this. I have a crepe pan, but I will also be showing you how to use a regular frying pan. So this is a batter spreader, there's a small spatula, and then I just like to use a ladle to measure out my batter. I'm also going to be showing you how to use a nonstick skillet and just a regular spatula. As usual, I will have all of the ingredients and measurements listed below in the description box. But like I said, you probably have these all in your pantry. It's a nice last-minute go-to recipe. So there's milk, there's eggs, a little bit of salt, water, melted butter, and flour. And then whatever creative ingredients that you want to put on the inside. I'm going to show you some of our favorites. And my all-time favorite way to have crepes is Nutella and strawberries. We have a little powdered sugar. You can use bananas and cinnamon sugar. You can use your favorite jam as a filling. A fun one for the kids is a spin on s'mores, where you use marshmallows and chocolate chips. So let's get started with the batter. You need a big bowl, a sifter, and we're going to start by sifting our flour. This is important for the texture of the batter because you don't want it to have lumps. So take the extra minute or so, make sure that your flour is nicely sifted. And I also like to sift my kosher salt just because kosher salt can have larger pieces. So I toss that into my sifter as well. That is it for the dry ingredients. Now onto the wet ingredients. You need 2 eggs, so you want to go ahead and break those into a separate bowl. Now you want to add your eggs to your dry ingredients. I like to give them a little whisk first just to help incorporate it. We're going to add half a cup of water. Half a cup of milk. And you want to give this a good mix. Last, you want to add your 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and I like to do this at the very end. It adds a nice finish to the batter and it incorporates really well. Your crepe batter should resemble thin pancake batter, and that's exactly what you want. I like to let my batter rest for at least 15 minutes. This is actually great if you make it the night before, cover it, and store it in the refrigerator. Now it's time to start making crepes, and this is my favorite part. I preheated my crepe pan so it's nice and hot. I have my wooden spatula on the side and my batter spreader. My tip is to keep your batter spreader in a container of water. It helps to keep the batter from clumping up on it. And you want to do about 1/3 of a cup. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but you want your crepes to be really thin. So you want to place the batter in the middle of your crepe pan, and then immediately you want to start spreading it out. And as you can see, it's all in the wrist. You just want to twist. You don't want to apply pressure, and the batter is thin enough so that it will just spread evenly. And these cook pretty quickly. So as soon as you see that steam coming up, you'll notice the edges start to get crispy. and then it is already time to flip it over. I've had this crepe pan for a few years now, and I absolutely love it. I will try to find a link to it and put it in my Amazon shop if you guys are interested. So that will be linked in the description box as well. So once you flip it, see that beautiful golden brown goodness? That is what you get from this crepe pan. So I was making a Nutella one because, like I said, that is our favorite. And you can definitely warm up the Nutella first. I didn't think about it when I put it on because it will warm up on the crepe, but it definitely makes spreading a lot easier. Regardless of whether it's Nutella or jam or fruit or whatever it is that you want to add on the inside, this is the point where you want to add it. And you want to make sure that it is thin enough that your crepe will still fold over. I like to fold my crepes in half and then in half again. And this spatula, because it's long, makes this a lot easier. And that is it. There is your crepe. So now I'm going to show you how to make it on a regular skillet. I'm going to show you that you don't need anything special, just a pan and a spatula. You want to make sure that you grease your pan with vegetable oil, add your batter to the center, and then you just want to swirl. And just like with the batter spreader, you want to do this immediately so that the batter doesn't set up before you have a chance to spread it. So slow but sure, let it spread out all along the bottom of the pan, and there's your crepe. I will tell you, I don't find that I get the same color on my crepes in a regular nonstick skillet, but it still tastes exactly the same. Just like before, we're waiting for the sides to start to lift, and you're gonna notice your batter is set, and then you'll know that it is time to flip. So as you can see, there's not a ton of browning going on, but it still tastes delicious. You will still love it. You don't need a special crepe pan to make crepes. For this crepe, I'm using my grandmother's famous strawberry rhubarb jam, which is amazing. We call this liquid gold. So I just spread a small amount on the inside, and then we're going to do the same folding technique. You want to fold it in half and then in half again. When I taught myself how to make crepes a few years ago, the technique is what you really have to practice. So I figured I would show you once more from a different angle. You pour your batter, you spread it out, wait for all that steam to evaporate, and before you know it, it's time to flip. For this one, I was doing a spin on a s'mores crepe. So we just added a few semi-sweet chocolate chips and then some mini marshmallows. My kids got a huge kick out of these. They thought they were so fun. And again, you fold it in half and then in half again. As you guys can see, this is the perfect, easy, last-minute recipe to make for Valentine's Day. Whether it's for a fancy breakfast or a fancy dessert, your family or friends or kids will absolutely love this. We topped our Nutella crepes with strawberries and powdered sugar, and they were delicious. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube fam. I would love to have you join us. Hopefully, we will see you in our next video. Happy Valentine's Day!